right, guys, welcome back to Mealtime News. It's episode 9. I'm your host, Henry. Let's get into it. Ruby Franke was arrested for child abuse in Utah. So who is Ruby Franke? I didn't know until today, but apparently she runs this YouTube channel called 8 Passengers, where she posts videos, I guess very ironically, about how to parent. So her 12-year-old son, quote, climbed out a window at her home and went to her neighbor's house on Wednesday morning asking for food and water. The child had duct tape on his ankles and wrists, as well as open wounds. He appeared to be emaciated and malnourished. So she was charged with 6 counts of child abuse, each of which carries a maximum sentence of 15 years in prison. And I think this is emblematic of this trend that more and more people are willing to do these heinous things in the real world for internet clout. I mean, I never watched this channel, but I assume a lot of the reason it was popular is because some of her parenting methods were controversial. But to go so far as to abuse a child in order to get more views on YouTube seems like a pretty morally bankrupt thing to do. All right, next story. Should Kia and Hyundai have to pay for all of the carjackings that happen to their cars? Well, no, but that's the argument that Farhad Manjoo is making at the New York Times. So he's arguing that because these cars are easier to carjack than other cars, that they ought to pay for the increase in carjackings in a lot of major cities in the US. And look, I'm all in favor of not buying those cars, more of a Toyota man myself, but it is silly to say that the cars are the problem. I mean, what it amounts to is effectively victim blaming a car, or at least logically equivalent to it. You're saying that a car is at fault for the actions of somebody who has agency to not do those bad actions. It's basically the same as saying it's somebody's fault for getting robbed because they walked in the wrong area at night. At the same time, I don't know that you can blame an inanimate object for the actions of a human. Like, do you blame the air that he was breathing because that allowed him to not choke on the way to rob somebody? Do you blame the door company for being so easy to kick in? Do you blame the window company for having a window that can be smashed? I don't know, it just seems kind of ridiculous. All right, guys, this has been Mealtime News, trying to keep the episodes a lot shorter. Hope you guys like this format. The beard, I know it's pretty disgusting right now. We're gonna wait on it for another week or so, see if it shapes up a little bit. I'm not super optimistic, but yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. As always, I always appreciate the people that watch and like to stay informed. So thanks, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.